it's a game of cat and mouse with both pedals and the steering wheel and even the thought process. So it makes it a lot of fun as a driver for someone like myself to be able to go there and try to master that craft.
Rip the top, bang the boards, selling t-shirts. Sprint car racing is rich with ways to describe the breathtaking feats of drivers running the high side. But if you want a shot at winning the Knoxville Nationals, chances are your path to victory lane will require laps around the lower side of the Marion County Fairgrounds Oval.
Knoxville is a very tricky racetrack, probably one of the most technical, if not the most technical track that you go to. It's very line sensitive, the track changes a lot. It takes a very good handling race car, to maneuver, between the top and the bottom of the racetrack.
It really boils down to the changing track conditions. When that bottom gets right down to that berm and that water sits there, you get to it, it can be really, really tricky and greasy where you slip off it, and you don't want to slip off it very far. I mean, 4 to 6 inches is enough to miss the whole corner and scrub off all the speed you have.
That precision was on display from the now 11-time Nationals winner en route to his victory in the 2022 running of the NOS energy drink Knoxville Nationals.
You look at last year's Knoxville Nationals, the first part of that race, first 25 laps, I couldn't figure out how to do it. I kept changing things, kept trying to change what I was doing, and as that racetrack changed and kind of came around to what I felt like I was getting maximum grip in certain spots and slowing down just enough and speeding up in others and be able to pick up the throttle at the right time. We were able to get to that point where the top got so far around and the bottom was, we were able to do it, and it was very tricky, but man, it's fun when it's like that, but it'll throw a wrench in your style and your confidence in a real hurry.
Shots on the cushion, sweet on the bottom out of turn 4. Shots with one final run that comes up a half a car length short as the big cat wins the Knoxville Nationals.
I think in sprint car racing, experience is everything, and Knoxville is no different in that aspect. A lot of laps, and a lot of trying different things and learning as a driver, help develop a skill set to where I think I can run the bottom, the top, and search around the racetrack.
Known as one of the best to ever roll the bottom at the Knoxville Raceway, Danny Lasowski offers a wealth of knowledge to those trying to hit their marks at the sprint car capital of the world.
There's a guy in the infield here tonight that runs the bottom, still here better than anyone, and he was the first one I seen when I came in. It was the dude. So he's been a huge part of helping me get to be able to do that. And
understand you got to give up to gain. And people think you're crazy. The harder you go in the corner, the better off it is. And at Knoxville, to run the bottom, you have to give up a little bit on entry to gain a bunch on exit. And you got to time it with your feet. You got to be really good with both feet to do it right. And just by luck, we got pretty good at it.
We got the white flag is out. The 38th annual Knoxville Nationals. Look at this. To the bottom. Danny Lasowski goes by Sammy Swindell.
We knew anybody could run the top, and we had the engine program to run the top. But if there was somebody in your way, you had to go somewhere else. And we just got really good with getting it done. And it just kind of, the more years went along, I understood more and more there's a place to make a pass, and there's not a place to overdrive your race car, because you can overdrive the bottom really, really easy.
It makes it a lot of fun, and it's ever changing. So it's an incredible place, one that I truly, you always have to be up to the challenge at Knoxville as it's changing. They can change the berm on the bottom a little bit, and it just changes your whole entry to the corner and the way your car responds.
The left front really helps, because in stock car terms, it de-wedges it. It'll just, you go in and you touch the berm with the left front, it stick the right rear, and if you hold it there without giving it a ton of throttle and come off, and you give it a take, like I said, give it a take. You give a little brake, you give a little throttle, and you just go the other way, and it'll come off like a rocket every time. But to have the mindset to say, okay, I'm going to slow down to go faster, because the first thing that happens, if you go in there and you slow down to hit the bottom and somebody drives by you on the top, you get all excited and miss it, slip to the middle, and you ruined your whole lap.
It wasn't easy to develop. It took a lot of rough nights at Knoxville, but over the course of time, I feel very confident when we get to Knoxville Raceway.
Sometimes if you find something that's difficult and tricky and very hard to master, that's where you can excel over others. So I've been very fortunate to be on the better end of that spectrum with Knoxville, but it's ever changing. and you never know what's going to bring in front of you tomorrow. So we do our best and rely on these great race teams to make sure they do their best to give us the best equipment we can when we go there and give it our all every time we're there.
So as you watch the drivers make their laps at Knoxville, appreciate the skill set needed to navigate the legendary oval. A task so difficult to master, yet so rewarding to achieve.
How satisfying is it when you do hit it right and kind of see you're driving past the guy out the right side of the car?
Is this live?
It's not live, no.
It's that close to sex. Is that good?
That's good. That's good.